Hi everybody, Broken Ebeez here and welcome to today's video. So today's video will see the start of my farm simulator series, which is going to be ongoing until I depart this earth. So we're starting off with Farm Sim 2013, this on the eve of the release of Farm Simulator 25, which looks absolutely fantastic, but until I get the new gaming rig I won't even entertain it. I do have all the farming simulators from 2013, 2015, 2017, 2019, 2022. I'll pick 2025 up when I get the new PC. So let's go ahead and let's start from scratch. This is all being made and played 100% Windows free on ZorinOS Linux 17 LITE. I hope you will enjoy the series. Now, as I say, as I promised, I am going to try my best to put commentary on all of the videos. However, there will be a backlog of catching up for SWOTOR and the trucking, of course. But once they catch up, then you'll start to get commentary on all of the videos. Because I believe that's what everybody prefers. So, I have added, actually, I've just thought, quite a few scripts and mods to this version of Farm Simulator 2013. Not as many as I thought. Is player cam it? I think it is. Or it could be keyboard steer. It's either player cam or keyboard steer. And it does do my head in. Whilst I can see the value of it, it does twist my melon. So I'm going to leave the keyboard steer in and disable. Do I disable the keyboard steer? I'll leave the keyboard steer in, and if it's still doing it, then it's the keyboard steer, not the player cam mod. Now, as I say, I have put a few scripts in. Being as this is a fresh install on the ZorinOS, I've not really loaded it like I have on MX or Linux Mint. This error here is because I've modded a load of custom textures, and it's Steam saying with the CRC64 file checksum is incorrect. Well, that would be the case because I have got custom textures. I love the whole concept of 2013, everything from the quality of the game to the UI. Okay, I'm going to choose easy, and we're going to choose a European farm. So we're going to go for Hegenstedt as our first farm, and hopefully you'll enjoy the series. When we've achieved our goals on Hegenstedt, we'll then upgrade to Farm Sim 15, do exactly the same again, blah de blah de blah, and away we go. So let's first of all get some money owned. Well, we can go ahead and sell all 4 of those for a start, because we won't be using any Kramers. We won't be using the same, we won't be using the Bower. We will keep the little combine harvester and the trailer and all of this stuff, and we'll get rid of the weights. The only thing we will do is, no, we won't have the classic, so it must be the standard in 2013. Maybe it's not. I thought there was a lizard tractor in here. I'm obviously deluding myself. I thought there was 2 Kramers as well. There's that Kramer. I thought there was another Kramer. Okay. Deluding oneself. Do forgive me. They must be mods that maybe I brought down. in a previous game. So we'll buy 2 butchers. I think we've got everything else that we need. The first thing that we need to do is, now we've bought a tractor, is set the game up. Mission frequency, yeah, plant growth, fast, show all help icons in the game, no, and save the game away. Okay, so that's our field overview. Let's go and we can start our, I don't know if the butcher will deal with the lizard equipment. I'm assuming it will, but it might not. Let's go ahead and turn auto combine off. Okay, let's go ahead and start harvesting that field. In the meantime, we'll go and fetch our little butchers. Beautiful tractors these, by the way. Fantastic. And the game should look gorgeous, even though it's from 2013. It should look amazing on your video, hopefully, and we should get a lot of pleasure and a lot of happy hours out of it. Do feel free to post underneath the video what version of Farm Sim you're currently playing and why you love it, as if you really needed to do that. So the first thing I need to do is sort my equipment out. I don't know if this will deal, this little tractor will handle the lizard stuff. It might not be powerful enough, but we'll have a look. So let's see if it can pick this plough up without jumping up in the air. No, it can't. I'm sure I had a lizard tractor, you know. Sure I did. Okay, can it handle the seeder? Hopefully it can. Okay, so I'm just going to save it away and quit it, because it's actually the steering mod, not the player camera mod. And we'll rename that. No need to delete it or anything like that. Just stick a hashtag in front of the name of it. And I'm going to unhashtag the player cam mod, because I can't even remember what that is or what it does. But nevertheless, okay, let's load a backup. Excuse me. And hopefully it will stop that auto switching of views, which sounds great, but that in reality, in practice, does your head in. Okay, let's load our gorgeous farm up, complete with custom textures, HD skyboxes. It should look gorgeous. Okay, we'll just start him on his merry way again. F1, get rid of that. So hopefully, can you deal with it? Well, according to this it can. But nevertheless, I don't trust it. So I think what we'll do, sorted by machine type, let's go to owned. And let's go ahead and sell this. Oh, of course it's not the lizard, so I don't have the lizard pack installed. Okay, so that should be all those gone. We then need to go into mods. We need to go to buy a cultivator. Yes, please. don't really need a plough, I wouldn't have thought, but we'll buy one anyway. And we'll buy the sowing machine. Still leaves us... we could buy the fertiliser spreader as well, why not? That still leaves us a butt-ton of money. So, let's go ahead and repay the 50,000 loan, which will leave us a start base money of 34,000. Plus we won't have any interest payments on the loan to make, so we're starting out with all the equipment that we need, and we've paid the loan off, and we've got 34 grand more or less in the bank. We're going to use the little butchers to start us off and get us on our feet, and then obviously we'll upgrade as we go through the series. We'll upgrade the tractors and the equipment as we get more and more fields. Now the other thing that we're also going to do is contracting, and contracting is going to earn us quite a bit of money. I'm not going to go mad with contracting, but we are going to buy a front loader. Telehandler would be nice, but I don't know if there's a cheap telehandler in 2013. There is one in 2015, just so much better than a front loader, a telehandler, much more powerful and much more manoeuvrable. Okay, so we've got all our gear. I can't remember in 2013 if dirt is a thing. Can you remember? Okay, so he's back on the farm. Let's go to the other one, and we need to go and unload this combine so he can crack on. We would also like a forage wagon, but at this moment in time we just can't even think about it. It's going to be a case of work until we've got enough money in the bank to start buying fields. That's our next aim. I guess that's the first field in front of us that we want to look at purchasing. Purchasing, love? You can wait for me to clear. Let's go and see how much this is. We don't have... I don't think we've got crop destruction. Let's see how much this field is. So it's 24,500. So we could certainly do our first harvest of canola, and then we should have more than enough money to be able to double our output by buying this field for 24,500. I guess the whole object of the game for ourselves, there you go, is to buy and own every single field, and I think that will be the common object and the common goal throughout this series. So we'll pick a map, we'll farm the pants out of it, and the whole point of the series is to end up owning every single field on the map. Once we achieve that, we can then upgrade to the next version of the game and rinse and repeat the process. Now, unlike 15, we don't have individually resettable items back to the farm, so we've got to fetch them. We do have a reset, but it resets absolutely everything carte blanche, which is not good, including little golf carts, 4 of which I still don't know what the point of them is. So if anybody does know what the point of the little golf carts in 2013, please post under the video. I'd be very grateful indeed. This series will have its own dedicated playlist, along with the trucking and Star Wars The Old Republic, whereas all the other games that I play and video, they will go under a single playlist. where you'll have to rummage around to find whatever it is you're looking for. So the main 3 gaming series on the channel will be American Truck Simulator, Star Wars The Old Republic and Farm Simulator. Now I will also be videoing and playing a lot of the games. I may get back into live streaming, but I'm going to wait till the new PC arrives, because that may well afford us the opportunity to do some serious virtual boxing, which will be amazing if it all works out and is tickety-boo. So let's get the kit set up, ready for us to use. As I say, I can't remember if you need a cartridge washer in this iteration of the game. I can't remember if dirt is a thing like it is from 15 onwards. Might be. Meh. Well, if it is, we'll just add it. But I have to say, I do love the interface of this game, and it is unique to this game. I've not seen this UI in any other iteration of Farm Sim ever, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Fortunately, things like the PDA on the left are available as mods for other versions of the game. But this UI, to the best of my knowledge, again please post underneath the video if I'm incorrect, this sort of UI is, to the best of my knowledge, not available for any other game, or any other version of the game, should I say. Looks like our combine harvester's full again, so let's go and empty him out once we've got this seeder back to the farm and filled up. Love these little butcher tractors, fantastic, really good value for money. If you love, you know, old timer, classic type farm equipment, then this pack is, which I think it comes with the game Farm Sim 2013 Titanium, includes all these. These are not separate mods, so you've not got to spend hours hunting down mods, downloading zip files. This pack is already in there for you. The reason I'm using the original maps that are provided in game, that's because all the features and facilities are readily available, and more importantly, work. Whereas with a lot of mod maps, I'll get it out eventually, a lot of modded maps, half the stuff don't bloody well work with them, and it's a pain in the arse. So let's go with canola. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, let's go and empty our combine. I mean, all this stuff here, we could sell, I suppose, and then we could sell this trailer load and then buy that field. Really? Well done, Ebeez. 3 billion light years away. Well done, big boy. You get a cookie. No, we're not going to start doing contracts just yet, me old fruit. Just bear with me while I have a slurp of said cafe. Okay, so we'll let this combine finish harvesting the field. We'll finish it off ourselves because it's, as you can see there, it has missed bits. Okay, so I think we've got we've got bits and pieces left to fetch from the dealer, so let's go and get that done while matey boy there is harvesting. It is costing us money to do it. I've got it set on 5 times because I think it's the default, and I think it's nice. Real time is way too slow, and any faster than that, well, day sort of thump by. We do have a real-time clock mod installed as well. I'd say a few scripts, auto combine, auto tractor, and a few other bits and pieces, but nothing too major. I've retextured it all myself using mainly HD textures as we're doing the series in 720p. Obviously once the new PC arrives and we complete the series on 2013, I think for the 2015 series we'll look to upgrade it to 1080p 60 frames a second, as the new PC with the RTX graphics card should handle that just fine. It's certainly not going to be too taxing for that. But until then, we'll stick with our beloved 720p. 720p is both very, very watchable on playback and very kind to the hardware and the resources of the PC. Remember, this is all being made and played on an old eWaste PC with an Intel Core i5-2400 quad-core processor, 8GB of DDR3 Ram, and an nVidia GTX 1050 Ti 4GB graphics card. Once the new PC comes, well, the plan is to literally just take this SSD out of this computer and put it in the new one. That's the plan. Which I'm very excited about. The main gaming PC, which has 24 gigs of RAM and a Radeon RX 588 GB graphics card, that will become the backup emergency PC should anything suddenly decide to fail in the new PC. And this little eWaste PC, well, this will become the backup of the backup, so to speak. Now we don't need a plough, we do need the furrower, so that we can get our first field of canola planted and underway. I have to say, it looks fantastic, it really does, considering how old it is. 2012? Mind you, Swota looks gorgeous, and that's 2012 as well. Yeah, our harvester is nearly full, so I think we can't get him on his merry way yet, because we do need to finish this field off manually with the combine. I do have various little sound mods installed as well, so you should be able to hear the clanking of the trailer, which I think is not only cute but very realistic. It's perfect. And of course the textures of everything from the grass to the fruit textures to the field textures are all custom. So you might have seen these before, you might not. Nevertheless, I absolutely love it, just in case any of you are in any doubt whatsoever. I absolutely love it. I could quite easily sink thousands of hours into this iteration of the game, even though we're in 2024 and this is a 2012 game, released back end I think of 2012, early 2013. For me on Linux, it still not only holds up but captivates me. It really does. And as I say, the plan is to make our way up through 15, 17, 19 and 22, even though I'm not particularly fond of 19 and 22. That's not a reason to not include them in the series. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how we get on with it. But I'm really super excited. I'm very happy now with the content mix on the YouTube. The only thing that I would like to do once we've got the new PC is a little bit more Linux content, especially virtual boxing. I did think about, taking this SSD out of this eWaste PC and putting it in my current main gaming rig. But I'd have to uninstall the nVidia drivers, roll back to the open source drivers and then stick it in the main gaming PC, because that's got the AMD Radeon RX 580 graphics card, not nVidia. So I thought, well, we may as well wait until we get the new nVidia equipped PC, because then it's just a case of out of one PC into the other, and we've not got to faff around, and all my stuff will be there. I will then also be able to install VirtualBox and add a 1TB SSD, which is coming with the new computer, and we can use that for our VirtualBoxing, although I know today 1TB isn't enormous, is it? I do have a 2TB HDD, but that's currently in use on my Linux Mint PC, and of course I do have my gorgeous 3 separate SSDs which currently have MX Linux on it. So I'm loath for anything to happen to any of those. This SSD, once it comes out, I will refit the 3 MX Linux SSDs into this PC. So I'll have a PC running Linux Mint, a PC running MX Linux, and a PC running ZorinOS. ZorinOS was never meant to be the operating system, if you like, that I use the most. I guess it's kind of just turned out that way, to be honest with you, and it's supported until 2029. It's fantastic. I've really got nothing more to say about ZorinOS other than you'd have to be an absolute blithering idiot to stay on Microsoft Windows with all the shenanigans that are coming down the line. When desktop Linux is this good, free and readily available, all you've got to do is get off your bottom, get it installed, set up, and you're good to go. And with any Ubuntu 24.04 based Linux, you could till 2029 at least. Well, you'll have to check with your distro, because not all distros have a 5-year support cycle. So you need to double check with your distro, of course. Okay, so that's that done. So we could sell that stuff. Before we get that selling, we need to get this field underway to be re-prepped, ready to receive a nice little plantation of canola. So we'll set him going. We're currently on 33,000 in the bank, and our I know what that is. Let me stop that. It's because I've got bloody auto tractor enabled. There we go. I wondered what all that flickering was about. Look at them textures, they look fantastic. Even on Farm Sim 2013. Absolutely amazing. Quality's gorgeous. Loads of particle effects from the dust. Wow, fantastic. I love this game. I absolutely love it to bits, I really do. Between this, the trucking in SWTOR, I just don't have enough life hours left in me. I'll do my best, but I could just literally play these 3 titles all day long. They just never get old, they never get boring. There's always something new to either A, do or B, learn. Even if you think you know it all, trust me, you don't. So these are, for me, the perfect companions to your Linux desktop. I keep calling it desktop, it harks back from the old scammer days with the scamming videos. It should of course be desktop. And the Indians call it a desktop. I don't know if we've got the right one here. It should load automatically. I just wanted to top it up. Maybe it's this one here. I just wanted to make sure we got a full trailer to sell. Oh, we have. Well, that's what happens when you're a chab. Okay, so let's go and take this trailer load and get it flogged. Get the dollar in the bank, which will hopefully give us enough money to buy that second field away, and leave us some money in the bank as a buffer for seed and fertiliser and wages and everything else, and property maintenance, of course. Hagenstead, this is the map that came with the base game of Farm Sim 2013, and it's a super little map, and as I say, everything works on it. It looks gorgeous, and the new textures, I think, really lift it and fit it well. And really up your enjoyment. The HD 8K HD skyboxes are amazing. And I think if you accept the graphical limitations of the game, you're in a very good place. Some of them trees are a bit luminous until you get up close and personal, and then they kind of transform into what they're supposed to look like. I'm guessing that was to do with the entropy back in the day. Very old, but anyway. And also the render distance. It is an eWaste PC, so we'll let it off for now. But by and large, I think the game looks beautiful, looks terrific. So let's go and sell this little trailer load. I remember back in the day everybody recommending the first thing you do is sell this chrome trailer, but for your classic tractor equipment it's a perfect partner. It doesn't hold that much, but to help get you on your feet and help you get familiar with the game, it's plenty good enough. And you usually start off with it in your inventory, which is nice. I think it was 24 grand, wasn't it, that field? We made 40. So I'm going to go with that, because that's going to leave us enough money to buy that field and still operate the farm without needing to borrow money from the bank. Before you all start shouting, well, you didn't check where the best sell price was and blah 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 blah. Well, this is all about nice and easy. This is all about, look at that sky. It's all about enjoyment. And I'm not bothered if I'm not making the absolute best, bang for the buck. I'm not really that bothered. All I want to do is achieve my goal, which is to ultimately own every field on the map. Excuse me. And also upgrade our farm equipment, so by the end of 2013 we own all the fields and we have some really nice kit that we've enjoyed using. Before we progress on to the next version of the game, so that's the plan, one that I'm very happy with. I have to be honest, I am a bit of a modaholic. I almost get as much pleasure out of setting up and modding the games as I do playing them. Almost, not quite. But all these games are so mature and have such a vast array of mods. Some of them are terrible, and you have to be very, very careful and thoroughly test everything you download and install. Some of them really, really are terrible. The majority of them are really cool, cheeky, nice little mods, which are perfect. Okay, so I'm going to park the trailer up here, because every time I try and park it on that grid, of course it won't disconnect because it's waiting for me to unload. And I'm going to bez up to this top field and purchase it and save the game away, and then we'll end the first episode, which I hope you've enjoyed. I've absolutely loved it. It's fantastic. As I say, it just never gets old for me, ever. These games are such great value for money, especially if you're, you know, a bit astute and pick them up on the Steam sale. And they're just amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and buy that field. So that leaves us with 16 grand in the bank. I'm going to save that away, as we now have 2 fields that we own, so we can double the output capacity of the farm. This should be the 3rd field that we buy, if we're buying the fields in some kind of chronological order. But I dread to think how much this one's going to cost. So this is 102 grand to buy this field. So we're going to have to thrash the backside. Let's just have a look at what fields we own. Yeah, 15 and 16 are all that we own. So we're going to have to put the effort in on these 2 fields. I don't believe it's, I think 17 was the first introduction of ploughing and ploughing benefits, so we don't need to plough the fields. Let's just have a look at these textures, see how we're doing. 16,000 should be enough for us to start. Wow, look at that, looks fantastic. Loving the textures. So 16,000 in the bank should be enough to run the farm and to get some harvests and sell those harvests and get the bank balance up, on our way to saving up to buy that 3rd field there. So there you go, Farm Simulator 2013 Titanium, running and looking absolutely gorgeous on ZorinOS 17 LITE Linux in 2024, and 100% Windows free. In fact, there's not even a sniff, a whiff or a hint of Windows anywhere. And if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it. Okay, I'll just set him off seeding with his canola. We may as well seed the top field first, as that's already furrowed, while this bottom one's being furrowed and prepared. So here we go. So we'll set him underway, and then the only thing we do have to keep our eye on is the fuel in the tractors, because they will get hammered. Again, Chab, turn off auto tractori. There we go. Crab. As these fields are perfectly square, we don't need auto tractor on. And there you can see the new textures that are deployed when it's furrowed and when it's seeded. Fantastic, looks absolutely brilliant. So there you go, everybody. I hope you're all going to enjoy this series. I'm going to love it. I'm going to fill me boots with it. And as I say, the other series with commentary will catch up, but there may be 2, 3 or 4 videos of each to be uploaded without commentary before the commentary starts kicking in. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. I hope you're loving the content. I hope you're loving the fact that we're 100% Windows free, Linux only. I'm absolutely loving it. You really are spoiled for desktop Linux choice. You can just knock yourselves out and fill your boots. We've got the Farm Simulator series well and truly kicked off, so again, thank you all for your support. Much love to each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, everybody.